and start that. All right, so we're at opening bell as we speak. About 40 seconds in. Just a quick run through, guys, on a higher time frame of what I'm looking for. So on the 15-minute chart, this will actually take us right back into yesterday's price action. So if I delete this, or I'll just hide it for now. Oops, I don't want to do that. Unhide. So if I just hide this, basically we have this 15-minute fair value gap. Two of them, actually. So you have one here, one here. This is obviously the most recent one. This midpoint of the fair value gap is consequent encroachment, which is why it's labeled CE. So what I'm thinking is we can get a push up. We're above equilibrium as we speak. These are the highs from pre-market. This is the high from the PPI news release data. So wishful thinking here. I'm hoping that we can push up, grab this high, dig a little deeper into this fair value gap at least, maybe hit consequent encroachment, and then we could see this continuation down. News release this morning was bullish for SPX, bearish for US dollar, both for PPI and for unemployment, but we already got the reaction. So this is the candle right here from PPI. So that's what I have labeled right now. I have buy side on the top of this wick, sell side at the bottom of this wick. And I guess we'll play whichever one we get first. If we swipe this low, maybe even this low as well, and we get a break of structure, we can look for buys. But otherwise, looking at the 15-minute time frame, you know, I really like the idea of price, you know, maybe chopping around here for a little bit, which it looks like it's wanting to do. But then ultimately swiping these highs, this high from PPI data, hitting consequent encroachment of this fair value gap on the 15-minute chart, and then giving us our play. I really believe we put in the high of the week. Let me make sure this is good. I really believe that we put in the high of the week yesterday with CPI. So we're already to Thursday. I really don't see us, more than likely, I don't see us coming up here this week again. So I think this is the high of the week. Let's go to the 1 hour. And then this is, I think this would be the low of the week right here. Yeah, so this would be the low of the week. I could see us potentially running back down to the low of the week though, today or tomorrow. So that's kind of why I like this setup a lot. You know, we had this push up with CPI, and we swiped this buy side right here, which I believe was the previous weekly high. And obviously we had the huge sell-off yesterday. And I don't know if anybody traded yesterday or not. You know, I didn't obviously trade anything on CPI. Really felt like, just with all the news yesterday, that it was going to be very improbable conditions. And I was, like, I mean, it was so perfect yesterday. I mean, it almost like hurt me to look at the charts. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. It actually looked beautiful in my opinion. So I don't know if anybody else traded yesterday or not. Kind of using the same concepts or whatever, but yeah, I was just watching price, and it felt like everything that was playing out, you know, played out pretty smoothly. I've been willingly participating, but it is what it is. For those of you guys that took EURCAD, we got stopped out at break even after TP1 last night. So take profit 1. I'm just going to keep an eye on these just to see if they diverge at all. And that's usually what I'm doing when I'm looking at them, is just seeing like where they're at in correlation to one another. So I don't always mark it up or talk about it, but you guys have seen me like go back and forth pretty often. So that's usually what I'm doing, is I'm just seeing if there's any divergence between the two. Can I look at gold on the 5-minute? I can. I can't promise you that. I mean, I'm not probably going to do anything with it. But I did actually look at gold. I peeped at it briefly because we saw this sweep of the previous weekly high with this candle. So, yeah, I mean, you've got one confirmation for a trade with that, right? I guess if you're waiting for some other form of confirmation, I'd wait for probably some sort of displacement to the downside. Like if you got a push down here with a fair value gap left behind, you could play off that. I just I had to responsibly remove gold from my arsenal for like 95% at least. I'm not gonna say I'll never trade it. I will probably again at some point. Maybe I'll fall in love with it again. I don't know, but yeah, as of right now, I had to do what was best for me, man. You know, I had to move on. It was a toxic relationship. A lot of gaslighting, a lot of manipulating. They were sleeping with my stepbrother, so I just, at the end of the day, I had to do what was right for me and my family, you know. Stepbrother got stuck in the dryer. At least that's what they told me. Before I forget. But yeah, that's exactly what we want to see on DXY, because if we can get this correlation, just extra confluence for our trade. And if we do end up taking NAS, guys, if you're not familiar with it, it is going to be a bigger pip count, so you will be using a smaller lot size. Let me put this on here. Pretty standard stop right now, guys, about 5 points with spread. We can actually look to take profit. Ooh. Probably once we start getting back down into these highs. Because that'll be over a 1-to-1. We're into this fair value gap. You know, you got all kinds of probably breaker blocks on the little bit higher time frame. So we'll plan on that. But let me go send this quick. It's coming fast. Huh. Waiting for BOS. So if this next candle closes bullish, then we'll get a new low here. But I'm just I got my SPX open on MetaTrader and just waiting. Got my fixed lot size in, ready to go. All right, we might get a new low here. Looks like we will. All right, so I'm changing the low from where we had it to right there. Even tighter stop now. So this now just became, depending on where we close, this now just became lighter risk if you keep using that same lot size that you were going to use. Yeah, I'm just going to wait. We got 10 seconds left of this candle. If we close, all right, I'm gonna sell right there. So I'm in. Stop going above this high, add spread. You know. Yeah, not looking good. I just got stopped out. Just got stopped out on SPX. NQ has not pushed. I'm just going to keep monitoring this, though. We might get another trade. NQ looks like it got consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. So, yeah, I notice how NQ guys didn't. Right now it's diverging, right? So SPX violated where we took the trade from, and then NQ as of right now maintain structure. So if price starts to turn here, we'll have a trade on NASDAQ. All right, right now fair value gap in there, so I'm gonna play NASDAQ. If we get a fair value gap to hold here, looks like we've got it. Okay, great. Stop above. the highs, add spread. Notice how this is 18 points now. So this is, we're in big boy territory here on NASDAQ. We're on the 1 minute. So let me send this quick. So just, you know, adjust your lot size accordingly. This is pretty much 3 times, a little over 3 times more than like what we normally would get on SPX. Because usually the lot size I'm using is going off of like a 5-point stop. So this is 18. So with spread, you might consider that, you know, times 4. But if we pull into this, I'm entering. If we tap the beginning of this fair value gap, I am taking a sell. Come on. I'm just going to enter right there. That was good for me. I clicked the button. There it is. There's the fair value gap though right there. So, all right. Stop loss. My high here is 1344.81. 1345. Spread I think is a little bit more on NAS. About double. So maybe I'll give myself a half point more. Let's do, there you go. All right. Last trade of the morning for me. But we got displacement on SPX, break a structure, displacement on NQ, break a structure. So, I mean, if the market isn't going to cooperate today, it's not going to cooperate. It is what it is. Holy shit. You know what I mean? This volume imbalance will be TP1 for me. Don't play with my heartstrings like that, NAS. Come on. I haven't traded you in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get a little act right. Wonder why I went to your sister's SPX. But you saw how she was treating me? What was I supposed to do? And we're over a 1-to-1 at this point, so. Take profit 1, take back what you lost on SPX, and then go risk free and let it ride. All right, get ready. I was just kidding. I like that we closed this fair value gap because there'll be less reason for us to come back once we go risk free. Close, leave these relative equal lows, and let's go take them out. What do you say? Deal? That'd be sick if we could time that. All right, get ready, get ready, get ready. Panic, panic, extreme panic. Why's my phone brightness so low? Take back what you lost on SPX here. Ain't no man left behind. Come on. I feel Nice. SPX still dropping. You know what to do. You know what to do. We've had this talk. We've had this talk. Should we adjust our stop loss? I'm going to wait, Gabe, until we hit take profit 1. Obviously, you can. There's still a fair value gap left here. I kind of feel like that could be a reason for us to, you know, weird one little wick stops you out of break even and then it runs. So I'm okay with the risk, truth be told. So, you know, it'll suck if we lose, but that's how it can go sometimes, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna ride the lightning. I'm gonna ride the lightning. Whatever the market makers want to do with me today, you know, I submit. Oh, come on. Come on. You're almost there. I think I can. I think I can. This fair value gap held for now. I'm not trying to jinx us. I dropped out, Justin. I dropped out junior year. Yup, got into network marketing. I got brainwashed because I needed my brain to be washed. And I said, I'm out of here. I was just going for a business degree. I didn't know what I wanted to do, to be honest, with my life. I don't think somebody should be going to school to, personally, I think you'll learn more in business by doing something business related or working for a business, not from a textbook or a classroom. And I think college is mainly if you're going to be like a lawyer or doctor or something like that, obviously, but all this other shit is just experience. But I guess you could go for the networking. That's one thing. I did gain some connections from college, so there's that. I got an acquired taste for beer in college, so there's that. Paid $20K to $40K for networking, yeah. Yup. So there's a lot coming out now. I mean, like, when I was in network marketing, and I'm still in network marketing, but like when I got started and I was in college, and I'm sitting here telling everybody, oh, college, like, you know, they're telling me I'm in a scam, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, look around, like, how is this not a scam to you? You know, but now there's like a lot of people that I feel like it's kind of become more normal for people to be like, yeah, college actually is kind of fucking weird. And unnecessary in a lot of cases. But that's what we're taught, right? Yeah. And then obviously you could get political with it, right? You could say that most of these schools are super liberal bias and a cult in and of itself in that sense. So I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but I accidentally hit TP. But kind of thankful now. Oh, it was an accident. You took that money. Don't lie. Don't you lie. It's all good though either way. I mean, obviously if it works out that way, that's great. I've accidentally hit a few TPs every once in a while. I've done it. You know, I'm human. Got about 13 more minutes of macro. What I'm hoping for is that time and price, this new hour, knock on wood, can kind of yield us the turning point. Hopefully, as far as big money goes, smart money goes, we'll see some long positions start to expire with this turn of the hour. So some long positions leaving would put us down to the downside, but also potentially some New shorts coming in would help a ton. And I know this has been kind of like a test of our patience, and we're not out of the dark yet. But you know, on a higher time frame perspective, this fair value gap has held, right? So I mean, this is still. I mean, everything's valid still. Just taking a bit here, geez. But what I will say is, the longer we do spend in here, the less likely, once we start taking profit and trailing our stops, the less likely it is that we'll pull back and, you know, get us at break even. So this is okay, you know, because what would have happened if we came down here, boom, TP1, we're out of break even already, which if we hit stop loss, that's an amazing thing, obviously. But I know it's frustrating as heck when you got the move correct, you got a little bit of profit, but then the whole move ends up playing out. So I know that really is a pain in the ass when that happens. Still in right now. All right. Yeah, I got stopped. All right. 0-2 on the day. One loss for SPX, one loss for NAS, officially in the red for the week. SL hit. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be it for me until maybe PM session, but most likely 2 losses, probably done for the week, or done for the day. Man, that sucks. We wanted to avoid this yesterday, and that's what we got today. That sucks. But that's all there really is to say about it. We followed the plan, got the trade set up twice that we wanted, and just didn't play out. So, but that's how it goes sometimes. I'm going to leave it at that, though, guys. Appreciate you guys hopping on. We'll be back on tomorrow at a little before news, so like 8:50. Probably like 10 minutes or so before news, all right? So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. If you have any questions, hit me up in the Discord or privately. But I'll talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.